Hey everyone, I'm Abby Sharp. Welcome to Abby's Kitchen. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace, and I will be reviewing another Harpers Bazaar What I Eat in a Day by Lucy Hale. But before we get into it, let me tell you a little bit about my sponsor, Squarespace. So if you're doing any kind of business or passion hobby project these days, you pretty much need a website to succeed. I am admittedly pretty old school, and even I believe that. Now, in addition to everything that I do here on YouTube, I also coach a lot of dietitians who want to learn how to blog and make videos and social media posts. And so a lot of them struggle with this whole website thing. I also struggle because I kind of hate technology, but I know that it's a necessary part of the business. So Squarespace is a super intuitive, all-in-one platform that makes it so easy for anyone to set up a website, blog, or online store, regardless of your niche. They have amazing blogger features and social media integration programs, plus extensions for e-commerce if you sell products or services online. Honestly, it is so nice when all the technology just kind of works together nicely, because I know a lot of us otherwise struggle with this way too much. So if you're interested in getting started, you can check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/AbbySharp to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or domain. Also, you can pause the screen or look at the description to check out my disclaimer, including a trigger warning to those with current or previous experiences with disordered eating, as I will be talking numbers and portions. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring that little bell so that you never miss out on a video. All right, folks, let's dive in.
I am a breakfast person. I think about breakfast all the time. I like all the meals, but I think breakfast is definitely my favorite.
I like this woman already. I too enjoy a good breakfast all day, air day. So yeah, girl, don't let me down.
My breakfast can vary from like a peanut butter perfect food bar to like chocolate chip pancakes with bacon and eggs. Just kind of depends on the day.
I mean, this is why intuitive eating is such an awesome thing. You know, if you're listening to your body's cues, some days it may just want like a little snacky snack, and sometimes because maybe you exercised, you ate a small like dinner the night before, or your hormones are shifting, you might want to eat like a queen. Both are legitimate choices when you are leaning into those cues. As for those options, in the grand scheme of bars, this one does have over 300 calories, so it would at least give you a little bit more energy if you were having it as a standalone meal, but it's still, of course, a small standalone meal. But we do have a nice balance of protein from the rice protein and egg powder, fat from the peanut butter, and carbs from the honey. I would probably still want to see it paired with maybe like a source of whole fruit to supply a little bit more fiber and calories, but all in all, it sounds like a pretty good option for a really, really light breakfast. Now, obviously, like I said, it's a very light option when compared to the other end of the spectrum of Lucy's breakfasts, aka chocolate chip pancakes with bacon and eggs. So this would be a heartier option for hungrier days, but it would also be higher in sodium and saturated fats. So we could kind of meet halfway and do like an egg and a slice of bacon and the bar, or pancakes topped with some of the peanut butter bar diced up and maybe a little bit of fresh fruit on top. Having said that, I get that sometimes you just want to have bacon, eggs, and chocolate chip pancakes, and that is a-okay.
I actually go to sleep excited about my cup of coffee in the morning, and obviously right now all the coffee shops are closed, so I've been really becoming buddies with my Keurig. And I like a lot of creamer with my coffee.
Now, you guys know I don't usually critique coffee, so even if her coffee was like 50% flavored creamer, I wouldn't bat an eye. But I will say that if you're trying to make a diet change, I do like Lucy's approach, especially with something as habitual as your morning coffee. So very gradually making changes to how much sugar you use in your coffee can start to actually slowly change your preferences without triggering that knee-jerk deprivation reaction that you might get if you were to kind of like quit sugar cold turkey. And we know that feeling deprived usually results in giving up on the health-promoting behavior and even sometimes swinging to the other extreme and overeating. This same approach can be applied really to any meal or healthy eating habit. So, for example, let's say habitually you always have a bowl of ice cream before bed at night. Okay, so if I'm being honest, this example is me. But let's say if I wanted to change that, and I don't, I might start throwing some berries on top of the ice cream. Then, slowly over days or weeks, I could tweak the ratio of berries to ice cream until I've added like a serving or two of fresh fruit and reduced my added sugar intake for the day. And just like that, I've made a new habit that's rooted in enjoyment and not severe restriction.
1 slice of wheat toast in the toaster twice, and almond butter. Get a good banana and you chop it up, and then you get some local honey and you just drizzle that on. Get your cup of coffee. Seize the day.
Okay, so this sounds like an awesome breakfast to me. This RX almond butter is made with egg whites, almonds, and dates. So you're getting a lot of healthy monounsaturated fats, 2 grams of fiber, and 9 grams of protein per 2 tablespoon serving. That's almost twice the protein found in traditional almond butter. So if protein is a priority for you, it could be a really good option. But I like that this breakfast has carbs from the bread, banana, and honey, and healthy fats and protein in the nut butter. And even though Lucy says that she probably has too much almond butter because her serving is 2 or 3 times the one suggested on the package, I appreciate that she goes with the amount that works for her. This is a really good reminder that servings on packages are not personalized to you or your needs. So if your body guides you to eat a quarter, half, double, or 4 times the recommended serving, then that's probably the right serving for you.
My dog Elvis, we go for our first walk of the day around the neighborhood, which varies from like 30 to 45 minutes. We wave at our neighbors, we say hello, we listen to music, we listen to true crime podcasts.
Lucy, I like you. You like breakfast? I like breakfast. You like a generous nut butter to toast ratio? I like a generous nut butter ratio. You like true crime? I love true crime. We can be friends.
I just got a Peloton treadmill, and then I'll do like a live stream yoga, or I'll do a live stream Training Mate, which is my favorite workout class in LA. Soul Cycle. I miss Soul Cycle so bad. I just think exercise is the best medicine.
Research does suggest that physical activity can boost self-esteem, energy, mood, and sleep quality, and can reduce your risk of anxiety, depression, dementia, heart disease, and cancer, just to name a few of its amazing benefits. So yeah, especially in these challenging COVID times when a lot of our other coping strategies are strained, it's really therapeutic to find a way to move your body that you actually enjoy.
I've taught myself to cross stitch. Right now I'm cross stitching a little pig. I'm reading a really great book called Where the Crawdads Sing, which is just like, then we go on walk number 2 with Belvy. A lot of FaceTime with family and friends, because I've been doing this quarantine alone.
So these sound like amazing self-care strategies in COVID, and I love that she's finding ways to keep her body and mind healthy and happy. Also, I'm totally adding cross-stitch a pig to my COVID stay-at-home to-do list. Thanks, Lucy.
The typical lunch for me would be sushi, but like sashimi, so just the fish on top of rice. There's a place near me that does yellowtail and jalapeno with yuzu sauce. I even like uni, which is sea urchin. I love it all. I'm a very adventurous eater.
I love a girl who loves food, and uni, for example, is definitely a food I was not prepared to hear get airtime on a YouTube What I Eat in a Day, but I am here for it. I also love sashimi when the fish is super fresh, but if we want to build this into a more substantial, balanced meal that is also a little bit more cost conscious, I would say we could pair it with some rice, either as nigiri or on the side, and have a salad or some stir-fried teriyaki vegetables.
Snacks 24/7. We made pita bread and hummus, any kind of hummus, red pepper, original, pine nut, garlic celery hearts, which is the center of the celery. It's the best part. But I also love this candy called Sweet Treats, and it's like the healthier candy. I also love a good ice cream bar or Greek yogurt bar. I have these chocolate chip cookie dough ones in my fridge right now.
All great snacks, and I like that we're seeing both sweet and savory options. So pita, veggies, and hummus is a classic in my books because it's the perfect hunger-crushing combo snack with fat, fiber, and protein all in a simple package. These Greek yogurt bars that she mentioned are also looking really great. They've got 5 grams of protein and just 9 grams of added sugar. So definitely a good option if you're just looking for a little something cold and sweet at the end of the day. Now, as for smart sweets, one bag of candy, like she said, has around 100 calories. It's got no fat, just a few grams of sugar, and as much as 21 grams of fiber. So how do those numbers add up? Well, depending on if you're shopping in Canada or the US, the company uses a variety of fiber sources like corn fiber, isomalto oligosaccharides, chicory root, and allulose, each of which have variable absorption levels in the gut. So this is what keeps the calories and the net carbs so low. Now, one of Smart Sweet's big selling features is that, unlike a lot of low sugar candies, they don't use sugar alcohols like maltitol to sweeten their candy, since maltitol can cause a lot of gas and digestive distress when consumed in excess. I mean, if you want some and giggles, pun intended, just read the Amazon reviews for the now discontinued Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. There's a reason why consumers are looking for maltitol-free candy.
Coming out of me like lava!
But anyways, back to fiber. I am a huge supporter of fiber and finding little ways to sneak more into your diet, especially because the vast majority of people do not get anywhere near enough. So I see why so many people love this product. But if you naturally have a really low fiber diet, or if you have IBS and are sensitive to sugar alcohols, you might also have some digestive discomfort from consuming so much fiber in one go. A lot of these fibers are considered high FODMAP, so if you're not sure, I suggest easing into it with a small portion to allow your body to adjust. At the end of the day, I think there's a place for higher fiber candies like these, and also for regular higher sugar candies, depending on your preferences and goals. One is not good and the other bad.
Lunch, sushi, or like a good salad. But I love a good kale salad with like a blackened salmon. I like a lot of dressing, so it's like, sometimes I even do ranch. I know, it's bad. It's great, ranch is great. Ranch is the best thing ever.
Love that save, Lucy. Yes, you're my girl. So you can see that she quickly caught herself from calling ranch dressing bad and then pivoted to it being great. This is total evidence to me that even with diet culture being overwhelmingly pervasive, we can slowly start to change the way we talk and eventually think about different foods. But anyways, this does sound like a really great lunch. We've got lots of healthy fats in the salmon and fiber with the kale. I mean, we could definitely add a little carb in there, maybe some bread on the side or some couscous or quinoa in there. But judging by Lucy's next lunch pick, it doesn't sound like she's anti-carb.
A club sandwich. I made one the other day. You butter 2 sides of wheat toast and you brown them. And then in another pan, you fry an egg. And on the fried egg, you put vegan cheddar cheese. I grilled up some turkey bacon, nitrate-free turkey breast. Smack that.
Yes, this is ticking all the right boxes here. So we've got protein in the turkey and egg, healthy fats in the avocado, carbs in the bread, and lots of veggies going on. But let's talk for a second about nitrate-free. So nitrates have become a bit of a bad word in health circles, since we do have research to suggest that heating up nitrates in foods like meat create carcinogenous compounds called nitrosamines. But are deli meats that are labeled nitrate-free actually nitrate-free? Well, in short, not exactly. Food manufacturers still cure their nitrate-free bacon or turkey breast, for example, but they rely on natural curing agents like celery powder in lieu of synthetic sodium nitrate. And while we don't have any quality research to suggest that natural nitrates are healthier than synthetic ones, most experts think that the effect is likely the same. And actually, there is some concern that you might actually be getting more nitrates in nitrate-free foods, since synthetic nitrate amounts are regulated and capped, whereas the amount of celery powder a food can contain is not. Having said that, I don't think that we need to sensationalize or demonize anything here. There are nitrates in all sorts of the foods that we consume, most notably actually vegetables. And if you're consuming processed foods in moderation, it shouldn't be a huge concern. So I say that there's totally room for moderate amounts of processed foods if you enjoy them, when the bulk of your diet is coming from whole, unprocessed foods. Overall diet quality is much more important to me than a singled out ingredient when it comes to achieving long-term good health.
Favorite food city? Ooh. I recently went to Barcelona. This was the weirdest thing I ate in Barcelona. Peeled white asparagus mixed with sea urchin, uni. But it was interesting, you know? I think that's the coolest thing about travel, is tasting other cultures' foods.
I 100% agree on both fronts. Barcelona is a beautiful food city, though I think if we're talking Spain, I am partial to San Sebastian. But let me know below your all-time favorite food city.
So usually what I do at work, I'll Postmate something. I'm a big soup eater. I solely survived on wonton soup, chicken wonton soup, and pho. Vegetarian pho.
I think soup is the ultimate example of why comfort food doesn't always need to mean junk food. I mean, soup to me is inherently comforting, especially for us Canadians in the dead of winter. Yet, it's also a natural base for building a super balanced bowl. It is also insanely delicious, so that gets huge thumbs up from me.
Weekend cheat meal lunch. Well, usually if I'm gonna cheat, I go cheat meal dinner, and my favorite shoestring French fries with a buttermilk ranch dressing and like a really good burger.
Lucy, you failed my cheat meal test. But at least I am with you on loving a good burger and fries. I am also kind of surprised that she's a Diet Coke girl, especially with her cheat meal. I always call this out as like the Diet Coke effect. You know, when people feel good that they're choosing the calorie-free diet soda so that they give themselves permission to go ham on the burger and fries. Now, I'm not actually suggesting that that's what Lucy's doing, because she actually seems to have a pretty solid relationship with food, and maybe she just likes Diet Coke. I know for me, even giving myself full permission to drink regular soda, I have zero interest in it because I don't like the way that the sugar kind of coats my mouth. But I'm just kind of calling this out as like a fun fact, since I know so many people fall into that trap. So let me know below if you have fallen into the whole Diet Coke effect mentality at some point in your life.
Okay, so recently I have a newfound love of Thai curry. I don't know why it took me 30 years to discover that I love curry. So I'm on a Thai curry phase. That's probably my favorite meal as of now, but also bolognese. I love bolognese, I love pasta.
So it's interesting that at the start of the interview, Lucy said that, you know, her breakfast is always so different, but now she's saying that she eats like the same thing day after day until she gets sick of it and then moves on. Now, I think a lot of people do this, and it's possibly a time-saving tactic, but also a personality thing. But if you were to ask me what's optimal nutritionally, I would say that variety is the spice of life. When we eat the same dish over and over again, we miss out on the opportunity to get a wide range of nutrients in our day and into our week. So if Lucy was on the curry train and just was not ready to get off, she could achieve some variety in her diet by switching up the veggies and the protein and the starches in her curry. So rice, chicken, and broccoli one day, noodles, tofu, and carrots another. This way we still get variety while still delivering the consistency that we might crave.
I'm so guilty of in bed and being like, I want a snack. I'm bored. I bored eat too.
Girl, no need to be guilty about wanting a good snack.
Oh my goodness, frozen grapes. It's like eating little popsicles. It's so good. When I have a sweet tooth, because I have such a major sweet tooth, I always want dessert. I always want something sweet after a meal. So if you learn one thing from this video, freeze your grapes.
So true. If you haven't frozen grapes, you are missing out. And if you want to really take it to the next level, I've got a recipe in the Mindful Glow cookbook where I soak my grapes in Riesling wine and then I freeze them. So, Lucy, my girl, give that a little try when you're feeling like you need a little pick-me-up during the week. It will not disappoint. What can we say about Lucy's diet? Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite Harpers Bazaar diet recalls yet. I think we saw a really nice range of meals and snacks that felt interesting, balanced, and non-restrictive. There were some stereotypical wellness-like foods like Greek yogurt bars, kale salads, and hummus. We had some fun foods like chocolate chip pancakes and bolognese sauce, and also some inherently balanced yet not diety dishes like pho and turkey sandwiches. I get the sense that Lucy isn't afraid of food, as I didn't hear a lot of diet culture rhetoric, and she describes food with a sense of gusto and pleasure. She also describes a number of really healthy self-care activities that don't feel restrictive or punishing at all. And she likes true crime, so I can forgive her for the whole cheat day faux pas. No, but seriously, all in all, I am definitely filing this one under reasonable celebrity diets. And let me tell you, it's so far a pretty empty file. But on that note, that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below with who you want to see me review next. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye.